What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode, Paper Cut Chronicles. We're back again. We're a little bit understaffed, but you know how we do. We're gonna keep it rocking for y'all. Got another episode for y'all. Got some good content. Shout out to Texas Bait Runner. If you need any bait, live worms, lures, they have packages like their pond finder package that has bobbers, hooks, and it also comes with a dozen worms. If you're in the Tomball, Spring, Cypress, Woodlands area, Conroe, that area, they'll be able to help you out. They'll bring you right to your fishing spot. Now they ain't finna get out on the water. But if you're on the bank and right before you finna get out there, they'll get you right. They'll make sure to get you right. So hit up Texas Bait Runner on Facebook, get a quote, and mess with them. Shout out Texas Bait Runner, man.
Shout out.
Before we get started, I like to share a little fishing story with y'all, man. A little fishing story. You ready for that, Pop?
You know what? I'm totally ready for it. I'm into it also.
Yeah, whatever, man. But before I do that, let me, for those who don't know, let me go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm your host, James Sr., and I'm here with my co-host, Pops, aka Mac. How we doing, Pops?
Bro, we are rolling in the mist.
Oh yeah. But yeah, back to the real. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time yesterday with my girl. We was out there at the pond, stuff like that. Nice little pond, nice day. Got it started early, 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Got out there. I'm trying this new thing, fly fishing, right? And it's been tricky. It's something.
But how's it going though? I mean, can you give us a little bit of how fly fishing goes? Just
Now
a little bit.
it's a different feel. Like it's a smoothness that's come with it. It's like you kind of letting the rod do its thing. You're kind of like a bystander, just guiding it. You know what I'm saying? But you're letting it do its thing. It's a tricky situation, but at the same time, I've gotten used to it. Now I haven't, but up until yesterday, I hadn't caught a fish on the fly. I don't know if I was throwing the wrong fly. I was getting hung up everywhere. I was losing flies, all of this good stuff. And yesterday we finally conquered. We finally did it. We started off with a couple of, nice little small fish, some little bluegills. I was able to throw a nice presentable fly to them. You know what I'm saying? Making some real good casts. Got hung up a couple times, but I was able to, readjust. I was able to save some of my flies, which is unheard of when it come to me. Yeah, I caught me a couple of fish, and then miraculously, with the luck of the fishing realm, I caught me a bass on the fly. My first bass on the fly. You know what I'm saying? On the fly. All pun intended. On the fly. Caught it on the fly.
All
Caught it on
pun
the fly,
intended.
man. Caught it on the fly. But yeah, we had a great time yesterday. I was able to I caught a couple bass yesterday. Some on some top water. See, he don't know nothing about that, y'all. Shout out, put it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. I caught that bass on that whopper plopper, man. That I want to say it's a bluegill color with a white under. Very nice. I broke my all black whopper plopper yesterday. Very mad about
So
that, but
you had a whopper on the sea yesterday, right?
straight from BK, man. Straight
Yeah,
from BK.
that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's
Have
what's
it
up.
your way. I let the bass have it their way.
That's what's up,
I let
right
them have
there,
it their way.
right there.
But yeah, man, I was able to do that. Baby caught some nice fat bluegill on just some regular worming bobbers. On a nice little pole setup she got going. So yeah, we had a good time. Like I said, fly fishing is getting better. I'm getting active, everything like that. Shout out Texas Bait Runner, and they sponsored that story. Shout out y'all.
Shout out.
So let's get into the real deal Holyfield, man. It's been kind of slow unless you're a baseball fan, which I'm not saying that I'm opposed to baseball, but I'm definitely not tapped all the way in. But
I'll give you a little bit on that a little bit later, but
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. We had some movement in NBA. We've had some stuff going on in the NFL preseason wise. I just wanted to start with some preseason stuff. We've been seeing some stuff going on in that realm. My guys, the Eagles, we've had two joint practices with the Patriots. Everybody knows the storyline around there. And if you don't know, AJ Brown was traded to the Patriots. So we was able to kind of see the dynamics of the relationships then. Um, as of what I heard, some practices we've got the best of them. Some practices they got the best of us. You know, it was kind of like just a up and down thing for us. Um, and we also had a preseason game yesterday that I wasn't able to tap into, but saw a couple of stats and stuff like that. What is the biggest purpose of a joint practice? And also dive into what you're thinking of, preseason games are like how the dynamics of preseason games are and what they contribute to how the regular season's going to go.
Oh, you throwing all this on me like that?
Yeah,
That's
man,
what we
I, I,
doing?
I I gotta
We
do it. I
we
gotta
we
do it.
just we just doing this
Hey,
like
out the cannon, man.
after Cannon. Okay. As far as preseason game go, it's we know how it goes. I mean, if you're a football fan, you understand how it goes. It's evaluating talent that you need to find out whether it can be a part of the roster
Mhm,
or or can or a tradable value for you that
mhm,
you can actually access to being in the practice squad or whatever you
mhm,
need to do with it. And that's that's basically what it and now it's become all the what it is
mhm.
because starters do not play anymore in the preseason. Back in my day, and I don't want to date myself, but back in my day, starters came around on the last couple of preseason games, which there was 4 or 5. Now there's only 3. Starters may play a series now
Yeah.
just to get a feel, just to get a feel for it, which I really don't get. I think it's a dumb idea, but it is what it is.
Right.
NFL can, and the one thing about the NFL though, they can't make dumb ideas anymore. They're so
Mm.
big to where
Oh,
their dumb still makes money. So
man.
they, they don't care. They don't care. But this is whole money grab stuff for them because the preseason means nothing other than evaluating talent for the coaches. So,
Mhm. Yep.
but as far as what I've seen though, I've seen some guys show out. I just watched a game last night. Uh, it was Los Angeles and the Saints.
Okay.
Saw this dude, saw this young dude. Don't know where he's from, but his name was Hunter. Last name was Hunter. Don't
Mhm.
know where he's from, but he showed out, and he's gonna be a part of an NFL roster this year. Whether it's
Mhm.
whether it's with the Rams or with somebody else, he's gonna be a part of a roster for sure.
Yeah. And
So
I
that's
think
what it's for.
it's a time for, people like that to get an opportunity to showcase some talent. Because even though you might not end up on that roster that you're playing for right now at the moment,
Yeah,
you're auditioning
somebody's
for other
looking at you.
teams, right? And it
Yep,
might not even be this year. They
yep.
might come back and be like next year and be like, "Oh, y'all remember when we went against them and he did this and whatever." So you just never know. You got to take
That,
advantage of those opportunities. But what's your perspective on joint practices after a long training camp and hitting your teammates, not being able to go kind of, too crazy because they are your teammates and everybody's trying to stay healthy, and now you getting a fresh face that you necessarily really don't care about, to be able to hit and go against and compete and all of that other stuff. So what's your perspective on that?
I think they dangerous, but
Yeah.
they necessary though.
Yeah.
They necessary. That
Yeah.
because the one thing that comes from them, like you said, you get to see different formations, different strategies, and different whatever you needed to see in terms of what you need to see and when you're doing this, and then it's, now you have first teamers on out there, you know, and you have a situation to where everybody's involved. So joint practice are more for the veterans than they are for the guys that are trying to make the team.
Yeah, yeah. And I was listening to I listened to a Eagles podcast. Shout out PHLY and them guys. Um, like it kind of.
Saquon hated though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he said he don't really. I mean, he can see the point in it, but he can see how. I mean, he sees how it gets
when it
messy
goes when it goes
when it
when it
goes
goes
wrong.
wrong.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
But you also able to kind of expose some of your standard stuff because you're not game planning for a joint practice. You're just going to whatever your standard stuff, which I've repped, 100 times.
yeah.
Just going to
Everybody's being bland
yeah,
with
your
their
base,
coverages
yeah,
with
your base,
that.
everything. But seeing somebody new just come in with their base stuff, it's gonna either tell you that you're doing something really good or it's gonna expose,
Yeah,
okay, that's a different look. We didn't do
because
that, and
every team is already know what your base stuff is.
yeah,
They already
yeah,
know what your base stuff is. They
yeah,
they know what you run on a normal situation,
yeah,
on a 1st and 10, on a 3rd and 4th. They already
hmm
know what you run.
right,
But the exotic stuff, those are the kind of plays that changes the dynamic of the game,
yeah,
which they won't give you that
yeah,
because they don't practice on it, and make sure that it has some value to it.
hmm
But the domain stuff is what they look at, and you're right in the sense that it takes them to a place to where now it's just muscle memory because
yeah,
you already seen tape on it. You already know what it is,
yeah.
and you
And
already know.
I might be able to find a kink in my
Yeah,
base stuff. Like,
yeah.
oh, okay,
Uh,
we
uh,
might be able to change that a little bit.
or,
And
or even this though, or even this, you see you see who is special and who's just ordinary because
right,
now you're on a basic play, like
right,
just a
right,
swing out to the
right,
running back,
right.
and everybody's already in place to where, okay, we know how this is gonna go, but that running back does something, or the offensive lineman just clears out 2 or 3 people, or there can be a lot of different variables in there to where now you can evaluate talent even more.
Yep. And I would adhere to that. Yeah, it's like I said, it was some up and down stuff with the joint practices, and obviously, I think yesterday we lost by like 3 points or something like that. I'm gonna go and watch the highlights again and see, kind of what they were doing and what's looking like. We're under new offensive reconstruction with this offense, so that's definitely gonna
Again,
play again. That's gonna play a part, and people like to see that as something that's not too big. I mean, some people not. I mean, just casuals and stuff like that. But people who actually know, like, going through another offensive system, learning probably going to be some of the same plays, but having to learn new terminology and stuff like that. I mean, it definitely takes an effect, especially if we come out there at that first game and we looking like we don't know what we're doing. Um, some other news on the Eagles. Devontae Smith is ramping back up. His a hamstring injury. Makai Lemon. I'm I'm been hearing that it's just been just a struggle process with his injury, and I think he has a hamstring thing too. But he was able to ramp up some stuff for this joint practice. He did some individual stuff, not just on the jug machine, and he was ripping out some individual stuff. Didn't do any team practice or anything like that. But
yeah,
shout out.
we spending a lot of time on the Eagles right now. So
Hey
let's
man,
let's
you know what time it is, man. So if you was here and you
yeah,
was an Eagles hater,
you know what time it is. It's time to move on from the Eagles. That's
yeah,
what it's time.
whatever, whatever. But shout out to them guys, fly Eagles fly. Y'all know what time it is for this year, man. Um, let's instead of just talking about the Eagles, what could your predictions be? Let's say for who's gonna be in that NFC championship. Let's get that out the way. Let's see who's gonna be in that NFC
Now,
Championship. I
right
already
now,
got my prediction.
yeah, look, of course you do, but I need to see how the season gonna play out a little bit because I think that teams have made some improvements and
Hmm.
some little kinks and nicks, and I've been here this whole thing all for the better part of 3 weeks. Everybody sleeping on Seattle. Everybody sleeping on Seattle. But nobody sleeping on Seattle. Nobody
Yeah,
sleeping on. They know how good they are. They know how good their defense is.
right.
We know, and we also know that they got gin in the bottle with having Donald become this dude that he really isn't. But okay, maybe he is this dude. I have no idea. So
Right.
nobody's sleeping on him. But to suggest that, oh yeah, they're gonna run it back. Like, when
It's
was
gonna
the
be
last
tough.
time anything was run back? I mean, look,
The Chiefs.
Kansas City, the
Yeah.
Chiefs, right? Okay.
And
But but
but you seen
but
how that
yeah,
roster looked. And but you
yeah.
see and who they
And
had
you
at the
seen the
helm of that.
changes, and you seen what happened, and you
Right.
see, and you see not only that, you saw how players got older.
Hmm.
Players played beyond their contract, but had to go, and all this other kind of stuff. So, look,
Hmm.
to predict anything like this, and Seattle didn't have a lot of this going on. Other than, did Jamal Walker go somewhere else?
Yo,
Or
Kenneth Walker, he went to the Chiefs.
exactly. So
Kenneth Walker the third went to the Chiefs.
there it is. There it is. There it is.
Their Super
There it is.
Bowl MVP.
Yeah, there it is. So how ain't nobody falling asleep on you? It's just like,
But you got
okay,
to think. I think the
you just
reason that
wanted to
they
pack.
did that, I think the reason that they let him go, because they still have the other guys, Charbonnet.
Strawberry, yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
got injured. He
He
got
got
injured.
injured
So
at the
yeah,
latter point of the season, and
yeah,
I believe he was the starter
yeah. He
over
was, and,
over
and
Kenneth
he,
Walker.
he he's been 1,000 yard rusher for the few years prior. So
Right.
it's not like they feel like don't be suffering.
Yeah, no disrespect to Sharp
Yeah,
to that dude. I know he's cold.
none
I just
whatsoever. None
yeah, no
whatsoever.
disrespect to him. But
And,
but yeah, I think that's
But
why they
but but at the
did
same
that.
time, but they had both of them at
Right.
one point in time.
Right.
So now you finding a comp for Walker
I mean,
because Charbonnet's back.
they feel that running backs come at a dime a dozen. So
Oh yeah, they undervalued for sure,
you know what I'm saying. So
for sure. But now you have to put a whole lot on Sam Donald. So I don't
mm,
know if that's the best thing. Even though I think he has one of the best receivers in the league with Smith. So I have no problem with, but he's just only one guy.
yeah.
So now you
So
have to figure
since
out some
this
stuff.
man wants to beat around the bush with his answer or say that he got to wait for the season and all that stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my answer.
I'm not
The Los Angeles Rams and the
really.
Philadelphia Eagles will be in an NFC championship fighting to contend for a Super Bowl. And y'all
Is
know
that
who
what
I who I'm
is that
rocking with.
is that what is that what with your boy coming back, or if he
Look,
even
if he
doesn't?
comes back, I'm scared. And that's off the record. On the record, y'all know I don't care who's coming back to the Rams.
Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared of A.
Philly is
Don't
the
be scared of
one.
A Rod. Don't be scared of
Philly
A
is the
Run.
one. But if
A
off the
Run.
record,
A Run.
off the record, if he come back, that's a really scary. I mean, it's a scary team right now. Like, it's that team can give anybody problems. Beefing up to be able to keep everything on the offensive side. The prolific offense that was really good last year.
Number one in scoring last year.
Number one in scoring. With the defense that you had that always put you in troubled situations to be number one in scoring because you had to make sure you had points on the board. Now y'all got Myles Garrett, one number one corner and a really decent corner. I mean, I don't even care who else is on the field. Myles Garrett is gonna make everybody's job easier. Now the corners is not gonna have to guard for more than 2.5, 3 seconds. And especially if you get Aaron Donald to come back, oh my gosh. you can't get no better than that, especially for
His name
DBs
is
and linebackers.
his name is Aaron. That's what it's Aaron. Aaron.
Yeah, man, that's a scary team, but that's my for the NFC. That's my prediction. The Rams and Philly will be in the NFC Championship, fighting to contend for the Super Bowl.
So what's your AFC
My
prediction?
AFC, it's kind of up in the air. I think the AFC is a little bit more open. Um, I can definitely see the Patriots being back up in there.
Really?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that just because they're it was just inexperience last year, I think. And to have that receiving room like you have it now, I think that gives your young quarterback confidence. They had a okay rushing last year. Now I did see that we kind of dominated them in the rushing periods in the joint practices, but they had some okay rushing last year, and their defense is pretty darn good too. So, um, hey, I can see them back there. Who else? I can see Denver. You know, I mean, they were missing a quarterback. They have a really good defense. They have probably the best corner in the league. Um, Not even probably. He's the best corner in the league. Sorry, Quinion. I love my guy, but PS2. Now
Really?
Quinion can jump him this year. He can jump him, but PS2 right now he's at the head of that. I'm a realist at the same time as much as I'm a fan. But yeah, I can see Denver back up there. Um, yeah, it's kind of wide open though because the Chiefs can sneak themselves back in that realm because they got a nice running back. Um,
Oh, so I was beating around the bush, but you're not giving me no
but
predictions of it.
but I'm saying it's kind of open though. It's kind of open.
Okay.
For the
Okay.
AFC. I'm not really and I mean you got the Bills. They could might be able to do some damage. You got the Ravens. Like, come on, man. It's just it's kind of too wide open. I think for the NFC, you got your two big dogs, and that's it. That might be some fandom right there. That might be a little bit of fandom.
So you giving Dallas no credit at all?
Man, what? What are we talking about?
I mean,
They
their defense is better,
they
and they
their
were one of
defense
the
is
best offenses last year. So
yeah. Don't get me wrong. They tweaked the roster a little bit in a in a benefiting way this time around. But I just it's one or the other with them. It's either they gonna be really good on offense, terrible on defense, really good on defense, terrible on offense. It's just how Dallas work. It's just how it goes. I'm sorry. It's just how it goes, man. But yeah,
I don't know about that because since Dak's been there, they've been one of the top 10 offenses
like I
since.
said,
Oh,
it's either because the year that they had a decent defense, he dropped the ball against San Francisco. So, I mean, and just in the moments, they never had a full package in the moment. Like, it's never the whole team firing on all cylinders in them biggest moments. So,
okay.
but that's way too long on the Cowboys. If we talk about any subject being long winded, um, but yeah, it's gonna be a nice season this year for football. I think the talent is kind of spread it around. Just talking as a realist now, it's spread it around. So I think it's gonna be a great season. I think it's gonna be a lot of. I'm not gonna be able to just tune in on just the Eagles. Everybody is gonna be good to watch. I'm honestly a sleeper team, not necessarily a sleeper team, but somebody that I'm excited to watch. I want to see what the Minnesota Vikings are gonna do with Kyler Murray at the helm of there uh, with those two guys that he have on the outside. What's up, boy? You want to say hey?
Hey.
With them two guys on the outside that he got, I think it could be a situation for him to kind of resurge, you know, his
I
narrative.
think so too.
Yeah. So
Honestly, I think so too. I think Kyler Murray is going to be something different this year. And not to say he's never had nothing in Arizona, but he
Hmm.
never had nothing really dependable. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, they had a few years over there with when he if he was better, they could have done more.
Hmm.
But they also had a couple of years over there when he was at his best, and everything around them failed.
Right. 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 But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a really good season this year. So I'm excited for the NFL. On to the other association. Well, the NBA, we got some movement around a little bit. We can touch on a little bit. Peyton Watson gets traded to the Cavaliers for a year, 88 million. They lose, I believe, Max Strus. I don't have the trade in front of me, but I think they lose Max Strus. It's a 3-team trade. I think the Clippers got some. I think the Max Strus goes to the Clippers. I believe the Nuggets get some compensation, draft compensation, and I think Peyton also obviously goes to the Cavaliers. I think it makes their team better.
Ah, it's another move to me.
I mean, I, and, I mean,
Peyton does not move anything. Peyton does not move it, bro. I don't. I still understand why this dude is so coveted. I really don't get it. It
he's a
doesn't.
good he's a good defender, and
I
he
I
has
still don't understand why this dude is so coveted. It makes no sense to me.
is Jaden McDaniel
None.
is Jaden McDaniels coveted?
He makes sense though.
Is that not like I mean that's a pretty good comp though.
No, it's not.
Is that not Peyton
No,
Watson
no,
and Jaden
no.
McDaniels? That's not a good comp. They're
I
not
think
they're
that
not the
I think
same
that
build.
Watson's had this season for one season. One season. Last year, it seemed like to me he was just a guy again.
He was dealing with injuries, man.
Yeah, yeah, of
He
course
was
he
dealing with
was.
injuries. He was
But
dealing
that's
with
what happens. That's what happens when when you can't get a bag.
right.
Because at the end of the day, that's how that's how that's how Michael Porter Jr. got his bag. He was dealing with injuries, but he
Yeah.
showed promise. He showed promise. He showed promise. He showed promise. And
Yeah.
then once they like okay, now the injuries are over with, and they was able to go on a run.
Mhm.
At least they got something out of him. I don't think
Yeah.
they wouldn't have got anything out of Payton at all. I just don't see anything in him. That's that's the difference maker.
Yeah, I think he does more good for the Cavs than not. So, they got another defender over there possibly. I mean, he could be a really good 3-and-D guy for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm not a sole believer in the Cavaliers anyway. Um it's just something weird is going on over there. I don't know what they got going on. Um but I think they're finalizing a deal with James Harden to re-sign him. They were trying to figure out what they were doing now to be able to do that. So hopefully that everything goes smooth. Another move, allegedly, and I think they're finalizing a deal with Klay Thompson getting a buyout to go to Miami. Um, I think it's a good move. I think he's more of just a set shooter now. Um, I think when he went to Dallas, they were trying to put him in the position of like resurging, what he had in the Warriors or
Yeah,
ha-
and being something he wasn't
you
anymore,
know what I'm
like
saying?
a prime defender and all
Yeah,
this other
all of
kind.
that. Now you get to
Even
go
even the elite shooter,
right.
he could still shoot, but it's
Yeah,
not
but it's like somebody has to put him in position now.
in
You know what I'm
position all the
saying?
time, and then losing Kyrie is like,
Right.
oh, who in the hell gonna do that now? Because,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. So I think him in Miami, they needed shooting. So I think
yeah,
he's a perfect
it
thing for
addresses the
that.
issue for them.
He
It
not gonna
addresses
have to
it.
have the ball at all. He's Giannis is gonna have the ball. When they start doubling and triple teaming Giannis, he's gonna be able to just kick it out to Clay, and Clay's gonna get his just do that way. And I think it's perfect uh, for him to be an option over there. Their potential lineup is I think Davion Mitchell at the one, At the two, would it be who's at the two? Would it be? I think it might. Well, Klay Thompson at the two, Andrew Wiggins at the three, with Bam at the four and Giannis at the five. Or you can
No,
interchange
vice versa.
Bam. Yeah,
Vice versa.
you can
Yeah.
interchange Giannis and Bam for that
Yeah.
four and a five.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a decent lineup. It's okay. Um,
Is it a championship lineup though?
I mean, the East is getting loaded up right now. So I mean, I think that they could be, top five in the East. You don't think so?
I think they can be the sixth best at best. That's
So
why
what would
that's
you
a
have?
ceiling.
What would you have like?
Above them.
I mean, obviously you got the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
I got Philly. Obviously, I got. They better than Boston? Are they bet? Is Boston better than Miami?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're losing JB.
I think they are. I think they are. And here's the reason why I think they are. It's because they have a more set lineup. Like
Yeah,
Miami have to figure
yeah,
stuff out at this point.
yeah. True,
And
true.
and Boston, all they have to do is just maintain
Right, what
what
they got
they've
going
had,
on. Yeah,
and just integrate Tatum even more. Like
yeah,
like that's an easy thing. Tatum is he's one of those guys that's a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
yeah,
He's one of those guys. Actually, I mean,
yeah,
like he wouldn't be a great one. He wouldn't be a great two, but a 3 and 4, he's great at.
yeah.
So so now you have something in place for sure. With Miami right now, they have to figure out like you just said. You put Giannis at 4 and Bam at you put Giannis at 5 and Bam at 4. Like
Mm-hmm.
they have to figure that out. Like
Yeah,
like who's gonna be that? And
yeah.
and I, and they're interchangeable. Don't get me wrong,
Right,
but they're different. Th- There is no way that Bam's gonna really make plays.
right.
Giannis can make plays
Plays.
left and
Yep,
right.
yep.
So so not just he's a not just he's a 4 or a 5 or what he want. He's gonna be a 1 at times.
At times, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
And that's why
yeah,
I think, them not having a ball dominant point guard and, just having somebody who is serviceable like Davion Mitchell that can work off the ball, that can, play defense and be a piece. I think that's good for Giannis's game because, he's gonna demand the ball.
yeah,
He's
and the
gonna have the
Cavs
ball. So,
and to complete my whole statement, the
mhm.
Cavs are better. You
Okay.
know, we already got the Sixers, we already got Boston, we already got New York. I think Detroit's better also.
Okay.
So
I mean, they still got some dealings
yeah,
with what they got going on with what's my guy name? Jalen Duren.
yeah.
They still got some
So
dealings
he
with him
hadn't
with
been
signing.
signed yet.
I don't believe so. I haven't heard anything about him being signed yet. So I think they
Okay.
still working on a number there. I don't know what that does to the um what's the word I'm looking for? To the relationship between, the team and him and stuff like that. So
Oh,
um
okay.
we'll definitely see for sure. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season next year for the NBA as well. With this, this coming up
And
season.
see, I have to go back though. I have to go back. So to what your Western Conference stuff is, because I guess we really didn't get into that.
Mm-mm. Well, we was just getting into, some of the movement and stuff like that. But
So
yeah,
now you know what? Let's not even try to play that game with the
yeah,
NBA
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. It's
You
it's
know how
yeah.
that'll get. You know how
It's
that'll
way
get.
too yeah. It's way too.
Speaking of the Western Conference, uh, the Denver Nuggets do obtain DeMar DeRozan. I don't know what that contract looks like or anything like that, but they get DeMar DeRozan, and we was talking about it a little bit before we started recording. Now I believe that he's the same, build as Michael Porter Jr. Obviously, he's a vet.
He's better. He's better.
He's better.
He's totally better. I mean that, and
Totally?
totally. I mean,
Totally?
what you know what you know what
Oh, like,
I
yeah,
want
I need
I
some
want to
back
slow it
pedals
down
on that one. I
just a
need
little
some back
bit,
pedals on that one.
just a little bit, because he does have a mid range game and he can put the ball on the floor way better than Porter Jr. I mean, ever could do. I mean, there is,
I mean,
but
we just saw Porter Jr. average a dub. It might have been 25. And let me try to get those stats over now. But we just saw Porter Jr. average a dub in Brooklyn. You know, when he's able to play
yeah, but
free.
that's when he was the guy. The guy.
Yeah.
DeRozan not walking into that situation
No.
like that though.
And and I think
He
he's a
understand
better
that
he's
he's
a
a
better
three.
role. Yeah, I think he's a better,
And that's
piece
what I'm
than
saying
Michael
though.
Porter Jr. Yes.
And he can get his stuff without you have to run plays for him and all this other kind of stuff. He can actually get his own stuff.
Right.
They had to run plays for Michael Porter Jr. to get his stuff. You know, Djokovic had to make sure
Yeah,
that he put him in place.
he averaged 24 last year with Brooklyn.
I'm just saying, son.
And
The
he
only
do got a chip. Like, he did play his role. I mean, pretty good to get a chip. So way better.
he had last year to be the dude, along with another dude that thought he was a dude, which I did not think that it would ever work, and it didn't work. I don't know how they're going to even work it out now,
Who?
because those two, Kevin Porter Jr., that knucklehead right over there, he's
You
over there
talking
too,
about
right?
Michael Porter? No.
So what's the cat name?
I think you're talking
Like,
about Cam Thomas.
no, not Cam. It's not Cam. It's another.
Let me
It's
see.
another junior. It's another junior. They okay.
Because
I'll
I
figure it
don't
out.
think Kevin Porter Jr. was over there. I think he was. I want to.
No, let me see.
He's in the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, that's right. I'm sure. I'm sure.
But he might. Does he play for the Clippers now? Anyways, um, yeah, I think Michael Porter. I just wouldn't say that DeMar is just completely better, but I think he'll play his role way better than Michael Porter Jr. I will agree with that.
The only downside to DeRozan would be the 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. is a better 3-point shooter, but
Yep.
but 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 when you talk about the mid range, mid range,
Yeah.
you could not. That dude, that
Yeah.
that
No,
he,
he's second to none for real. I
yeah,
mean,
for
it's
real, for real.
that's where he live at, and he's been able to, even with all of the changes,
Play the
throughout the
same
game,
game.
and
Play
he's
the
been able to stay
same
in the
game.
game and still do what he do. Before we get up out of here, Kawhi, I think the saga is over with. It's not been official, but I think they haven't found any um firm evidence on any type of you know
Yeah,
contract.
this
You
goes into the category of who cares.
who cares, right?
I
And
mean,
it's just like, I mean,
it's it's like rich people cheat all the
all
time.
the time, and we want to
They are notorious cheaters. That's
come
what
on,
they
man.
do. They don't get to who they are and how they are because they've just been totally honest and true to the game.
Like, come on, man.
I
We
mean,
have been. He will be in Toronto. I know that he will
yeah.
be in Toronto.
And once again, who cares? Because I think Toronto's a play-in team anyway. With
Mm,
them getting there,
mm,
I'm just saying, bro.
mm.
Play in. All you have is Barrett over there. Play
You still
in.
got Scotty Barnes. You still
Play.
got. I don't wait. Did Emmanuel
I'm sorry.
quickly?
That's what I meant. I meant Scotty Barnes, but
I mean, you
Barrett's
still got Barrett. You still have
but
Barrett.
he's a hit and miss. So that's what I'm saying. Look, play in. Play in.
Man. But yeah,
That
man.
is what that is. And that's why the NBA don't care. He don't move the needle.
Right.
They're, you're not shifting something to where it's like, oh shit, we had to get in front of this because this impropriety here is gonna mean
Mm-hmm.
that it's gonna change up the whole dynamic, and everybody gonna start to try to do this and circumvent this, which a lot of teams are already doing it anyway. But
Right.
but now if he shifts the whole dynamic of the league to where, Toronto's in the finals or even the Eastern Conference finals.
Right.
If he shifts it to that point, then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
now we're in the
We got
mud
yeah,
now.
yeah,
We
yeah.
in the
For
mud
sure.
now because this dude has sat up here and circumvented the salary cap for on two different occasions.
Right.
And now we got to look into every other team to see if they're doing
Mm-hmm.
the same kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Especially the ones with the superstars.
Exactly.
So
That can
yeah.
move that money like that. And
Mm-hmm.
now every endorsement that you have is going to be looked at and then judged and like, oh, are you really doing the work on this stuff? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
Because some of them don't even have to do commercials. All they have to do is wear the gear or show the gear on
Right.
appearances and all this other
Right.
kind of stuff. It's not like everybody doing commercials when they endorse stuff. They just when you see it on game day, you see them wearing the merch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like the NBA they don't do commercials with all this stuff that they endorse on the side of these guys' jerseys.
Right.
They don't do that. They have commercials
Right.
on the broadcast, but the NBA itself don't do a whole thing to where everybody look at we wearing this Doocy bag and all this other kind of stuff. Look at this. Nah, that's not how they move. That's not how they move. But how they do move though is that when people tune in, they see this patch.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. For sure. But like I said, it's gonna be interesting. I think a lot of these moves, this coming up NBA season, it's gonna be crazy. A lot of expectations for a lot of teams. So we're gonna see how it plays out. So before we wrap it up, any closing arguments, any narratives you want to push, anything? What's going on?
Uh, I want to push this narrative. Uh, and it's just I don't know. It's just something that's getting on my nerves. And there's this thing that they have on ESPN that's I don't know if you still watch First Take or even actually tune in on any occasion or whatever.
Hit or
They
miss.
have this they have this thing where they have Mad Dog on there. You don't even know
Yeah,
about Mad
I
Dog.
know Mad Dog. I know Mad
Okay,
Dog.
well, Mad Dog every Wednesday has his rant to where
Yeah,
he's really pissed off about it. He
yeah.
go, I, and I want this to stop. Can we stop?
You ain't no Mad Dog, man.
Look, it's the most ridiculous stuff because his rants are, some of it just totally old school, like nigga get off my porch or nigga get out of my neighborhood.
Hey, he's paraphrasing, y'all. Mad Dog did
I
not
am
say
totally
nigga get
paraphrasing.
off my
I am
porch.
totally paraphrasing, but
And not
but
even paraphrasing. He's just that's how it comes off. He's just
yeah, I, it's just old school stuff.
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that all these are. Look, let's let it go. Let's like we've had our day. Let these youngsters have theirs. I mean, let them have it. Let them have it. It's their time. Let them move on with how they move and how they move. If it's good for them, it should be good for all.
Right.
Sit in the background, enjoy your retirement, enjoy your old age, enjoy your going into your winter, and just be good. Just be good.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, for our audience, and if you've been here and listened to past episodes, that's a lot coming from this man. If he's saying that, if he's saying that, hey man, hey, yeah, it's turning. The ages is turning for sure. But I like that
It's
though. I like that. I like that. I like that narrative right there. Yep, for sure. But alrighty, man. Well, that will be it for today, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to us talk our stuff. Like I said, this is another episode of Paper Cut Chronicles. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. We are also on Spotify as well as YouTube. But yeah, man, get outside, get you a pole, go start fishing. And once you get the hang of it, man, hit up our people at Texas Bait Runner. If you're in the Texas area, if you're in Cypress Spring, the Woodlands, they're trying to reach a lot of places, local places around the Houston area. So just hit them up, get you a quote, and they'll let you know. But yeah, man, that is it for this episode, and we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.